Hello everybody, welcome back to Point Zero Games. My name is Josh, and in this video I wanted to give you my top picks for the pre-release limited event that's going to be happening on July 12th and July 13th for the Magic 2015 core set. These top picks will not include a couple of things. I did not include Planeswalkers into these picks, namely because personally, I think Liliana Vess and Nissa Worldwaker are the only two Planeswalkers worth running in a limited setting. The other ones are merely okay. Ajani would probably be the third one that I'd throw in, but the rest of them are okay. And before you start yelling at me, oh, Garruk is awesome. He is awesome. He's also a 7-drop, and he has 2 separate colors in his hardcast mana, which means that you're going to have to force yourself to play green-black, and if you didn't pull strong in those, you'll lose. So don't just go immediately jumping up and saying, I'm going to put Garruk in my deck. Please, please, God, don't do that. If you pull strong in green and black, you can do it. I'm okay with that. I'm going to drink some water every once in a while because I've been talking a lot today, and Whataburger. I also did not include Chain Veil or Perilous Vault in my decisions. Chain Veil solely because of the fact that your chances of pulling a Planewalker are really slim, and that's really the only reason for that card. It's not a good limited pull. If you pull it, congratulations, you got yourself a Chain Veil. Sorry that it's going to suck ass and limited for you. Unless you pull 2 Planeswalkers and you can play them, then holy shit, like, can I have your luck? And with Perilous Vault, I like the card a lot, but I think it's a great card for standard play. Modern play, things like that. In limited play, you'd be board wiping yourself unless you have a Nissa and a bunch of 4/4 land elementals. So it's not necessarily the strongest card for you to play. And I also did not take into consideration any of the dual lands, solely because you can never guarantee that you're going to get the dual lands. So I wanted to take those out of the equation completely. Again, if you pull them, congratulations. If you get to play them, even better. Because they are aggressive as hell to be able to play. So I have this list. It's 3 pages long. I'm going to try and run through this stuff as best as I can. I've got all of my top picks organized by the bread system: bombs, removal, evasion, aggro, and I don't have duds. I have a section called other things. And I'm going to go over the other things portion of it first because I really want to get this out of the way. There's only like 4 cards here, maybe 5. The first one is going to be Generator Servant. It is a 2-drop red 2/1 creature that can be sacrificed in order to gain 2 additional colorless mana to your mana pool. And then on top of which, if you use that to cast a creature, the creature gains haste. It's a really strong card for something like Siege Dragon. If you plan on playing that and you get some Generator Servants, you could potentially end up having that guy out at turn 4. Turn 3, maybe. It's a very good card to be able to play, even if you've only got some 4 or 5 drops. Being able to get those out earlier is always going to be good. So I really like that card a lot. Raise the Alarm. This is, when it was first printed, it was everywhere in standard. It's going to be everywhere in limited. It's a 2-drop white instant that you put 2 1/1 soldier creature tokens onto the battlefield. Very simple, very easy. The thing that's nice about it is since it's an instant, you can instantly create 1/1 chump blockers. Fantastic. And also because Convoke's a thing, you can tap them sideways and lower mana costs on Devouring Light because that's fair. Hornet's Nest is another one that I really like. It's a 2-drop green 0/2 defender. Whenever it dies from damage being dealt, this may not be the exact wording, but whenever it dies from damage being dealt to it, you put 1/1 flying Death Touch insects onto the battlefield equal to the number of the amount of damage that you took. So with Hornet's Nest, if you got dealt 4 if it got dealt 4 damage, then you put out 4 1/1s. As far as I'm to understand, if it's trample damage, I think it works under the same pretense as Boros Reckoner does. Fantastic. Beyond that, Titanic Growth and other pump spells. Titanic Growth is getting reprinted. It's a 2-drop green instant that gives a creature +4/+4. Yeah, fucking good. You should play that. Then I also want to talk about a ridiculous combo that I really like, the Fido Titan Life's Legacy combo. Fido Titan is a 6-drop 7/2 green plant. It's the promo card for green. It comes back onto the battlefield on its owner's next upkeep. Sorry, and it comes in tapped. Hold on, let me back that up. When Fido Titan dies, you put him back onto the battlefield tapped at the beginning of its owner's next upkeep. So this is really strong because of the fact that he's a 7/2 and Life's Legacy is a 2-drop card that lets you, it has an additional cost of sacking a creature, and then you draw cards equal to its the power of the sacrificed creature. 7 cards is pretty good to draw. I like that. So if somebody can pull that combo off, congratulations. So I'm just going to burn through these real quick as best as I can and give a little bit about each card. So bomb section. 1 through 5, we've got Indulgent Tormentor. He's a 5-drop, 5/3 flying black demon that causes massive amounts of death and destruction. He gives your opponent nothing but negative conditions to deal with. They have to deal with him immediately. He's a fantastic bomb. Soul of Zendikar and Soul of Innistrad are the 2 avatars that I'm most impressed with for limited play. Zendikar solely because of the fact that you can pay 5 while he's on the board to be able to dredge 3 creatures from the graveyard into your hand. That's a very powerful thing to have in limited, especially since you will typically only have 40 cards. It allows you to get creatures. It gives you more things to play again. That's really, really good. And as far as Zendikar, that is the, Innistrad is the black avatar. Zendikar is the green avatar. You can pay 5 and put a 3/3 beast onto the battlefield. Now, that doesn't sound great, but the thing is you're not having to actually use a spell for it. It's an ability. So it's actually still really good to be able to play. I didn't really care much for the other souls. Theros could potentially see some play, but I don't know. I wasn't super impressed with it. And Chandelar is okay, but it's 3 damage. Like, let's be real. 5 for 3 damage. Come on, guys. There's better cards that are in there already. Also, Hoarding Dragon. I really like him as a bum. He's a 5-drop 4/4 red flying dragon. When he enters the I believe it's when he enters the battlefield. I don't remember the exact condition. I don't have it totally written down. You exile an artifact from your library, and then when the Hoarding Dragon dies, that artifact comes into play. Works really well with something like Scuttling Doom Engine or Soul of New Phyrexia. Fucking awesome. Last is Willforged Golem. I really love that guy. He's a 6-drop 4/4 artifact creature, but he has Convoke, which means that anything that you're tapping sideways is tapping for colorless mana. You can make him a turn 3 4/4. That's great and limited. Things like that really matter. Runner-ups on that is going to be Stormtide Leviathan, Master of Predicaments, and the Scuttling Doom Engine. You can go look those up on your own. I want to try and make sure that I can burn through all of these. Now for removal, my top 5 picks. First is Dissipate. Dissipate is back. It's a thing. It's a 3-drop blue counter spell that exiles the card. It's Syncopate with a hard cost, so that does mean that you can't play it on a turn 2, but in limited play, that's still going to be really strong. If you pull that, you should definitely be playing it in your blue. Then we've got Devouring Light at number 2. Devouring Light is the 3-drop white instant with Convoke, where you exile target attacking or blocking creature. Really strong. Really, really strong removal. White has a lot of really strong removal for limited. I feel like them and red really got the best of the bunch on this one. Lightning Strike is my third, talking about red. It's a 2-drop instant, 3 damage to creature or player, so it's automatic aggro, it's automatic removal. It gets rid of Indulgent Tormentor. Think about that. Next is Plummet. Plummet is another staple in Standard. It's a 2-drop green instant where you destroy a target creature with flying, like Indulgent Tormentor or Hoarding Dragon or all the other flyers, Master of Predicaments, whatever you end up running. Last but not least, we have at number 5, and this is going to be controversial, Heat Ray. Heat Ray is a form of red removal. It is X and 1 red instant, and you deal X damage to creature. I like it because it means you can get exactly what you need. Now, the higher in the creature's toughness, obviously the less versatile that Heat Ray becomes, but still like the card because you can get rid of some small problems like Phyrexian Revoker. My runner-ups on those are Stoke the Flames, the 4-drop red with Convoke, 4 damage to creature or player. Actually, yeah, I'm just running through these. Flesh to Dust, which is black removal. Into the Void and Void Snare I have as a tie because they're both really decent bounces for limited. And finally, I have Seismic Strike. I had 4 runner-ups. I had to throw Seismic Strike in because when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's going to be awesome for red. Again, red got really good removal out of this. Next is Evasion. My number 1 pick for this is, again, probably going to be controversial, Belligerent Sliver. 3-drop, 2/2, red creature, can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. That's game. Like, that's early swinging, man. And that's strong. It's really strong. I like that card a lot. Number 2 is Resolute Angel. It is the promotional card for white. It is a 5-drop, 4/4 white flying angel. When it enters the battlefield, if your life total is lower than your starting life total was, your life becomes your starting life total. So this is a great way that if you're down to 6 life, 5-drop, throw that in, and you become at 20 life again. It's a great way of resetting the clock. Now, the only problem is if there is a clock still against you, you're just delaying the inevitable. So definitely make sure you've got very little on your opponent's side before you decide to play that. Number 3 is Sungrace Pegasus. Fantastic card. It is 2-drop white flying Pegasus. I'm sorry, it is a 2-drop 1/2 flying white Pegasus. The thing is, it has lifelink, so you can keep ticking your life total up while pinging away at your enemy. Enchants make that thing better, like Titanic Growth. 4th is Shadowcloaked Vampire. He is a 5-drop 4/3 black vampire. The nice thing about him is that you can pay 2 life and give him flying. Really strong. Really, really strong to have because it means you can give him flying whenever you need to. You can use him to block big creatures. You can use him to get over somebody else's defenses. Last but not least, obviously this has to be on the list. Number 5 is Welkin Turn. He is a 2-drop blue flying bird, 2 power, 1 toughness. He's just really good aggro for blue. Blue loves flyers, so there you go. Welkin Turn is back. It's still here, something. Runner-ups for that were Illusory Angel. I felt really odd about putting that on here. It is a 3-drop 4/4, but you have to cast a spell in order to be able to cast this. So you have to throw something first, and then you can cast it. That's why it's such a low cost. I felt really weird about putting that on. The next one is going to be Invisibility. It's a 2-drop blue aura that can't be blocked except by walls. Yeah, again, just burn through this. I'm looking at the time right now, and I'm running a little longer than I wanted to. Next after that are Bronze Sable and Haunted Plate Mail, because I fucking love Haunted Plate Mail. I want to put him on every list that I possibly can, even if he's not in the set. Haunted Plate Mail is always on the set. Love that guy. Next and last is Aggro. These are the 5 that I felt were some of the strongest aggro. Number 5, I'm going to start at number 5. Charging Rhino. He's a 5-drop 4/4 green rhino that can't be blocked except by 1 creature. So he is the antithesis of evasion. He's all about, I'm going to single somebody out and hopefully I'll kill it. He's a really good aggro card at a 5-drop, and he's got really good power and toughness. Number 4, I know how to count, is a Cursed Spirit. This is another card that's we've seen many times. He's a 4-drop 3/2 black spirit with Intimidate. Intimidate's super strong. If somebody doesn't pull into black, swing away with him. He's really good. Number 3 is Warden of the Beyond. He's a 2-drop 2/2 white wizard. The thing that makes him really nice is that he gets +2/+2 as long as your opponent has a card exiled. There are a lot of ways to exile cards in this set. Therefore, they should have a card exiled if you're playing white. You are playing Devouring Light, right? And last, second is Borderland Marauder. He is a 2-drop red 1/2 warrior, but gets +2/+0 whenever it attacks. So again, really good aggro. And finally, my number 1 choice. Again, this may be controversial. I don't know, but I really love this card. It's Broodkeeper. The Broodkeeper is a 4-drop 3/2 red shaman that when an aura is attached to it, that it makes a 2/2 dragon token that has fire breathing. So you can pay 1 as many times as you would like to give it +1/+0. So it is an aggro card that creates evaders. Mind blown. Fantastic card for red to pull. My runner-ups in that category are Kinsbale Skirmisher, Frost Lynx, because both of them offer, I think, really good secondary conditions for being into the battlefield. And then Battle Mastery, which is, I want to point this one out, it is a 3-drop white aura that gives Enchanted Creature double strike. I really hope somebody doesn't have that in a black-white deck playing Indulgent Tormentor. Jesus. But that's it. That's my top picks. Let me know in the comments below, what are your top picks for Limited Sealed in the M15 pre-release? Also, make sure you hit subscribe, like, and I'm out of here. I need to go to bed. It's late. My name is Josh. This is Point Zero Games. I hope you guys have a fantastic pre-release weekend. Peace.